Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play a game I found on itch.io called 14 Days with You. So let's start. It's a Yandere game. It's a 18 plus game, but I believe there is a streaming mode so I can play it without that much editing. So yeah, we're going to do streamer mode. This will disable all that content, the certain content, limit the use of strong language, and it will not change the overall theme, the dark themes present within the demo. And they'll for YouTube videos and streaming on Twitch. So, digital wave, share. Okay, you're good. Digital wave, huh? I see. I can't wait to finally meet you, Angel. It's like we're in a digital world. In our news, the remainder of yet another body has been pulled out from the lake Blue Moss, making a total of 4 unidentified victims this past year. The authorities believe that. Stuffing at the ground with the rim of my coffee cup, I fish around for the remote to watch between the cushions and turn off the TV. I was about to let some morbid headline dampen the start of my cheerful morning, especially considering how today was going to be my first day at work after finally gaining that hard-earned promotion. I mean, sure, slacking and sorting through books at the library might not have been my dream job, or even my first choice of places to work after moving back. Man, you got that? The libraries are hard to get into. My dream job was the library. You have to have a master's to be a librarian, by the way. Most people I tell them is kind of shocked. It's like, yeah, it's called information. But the pay was nice, and my coworkers were friendly, and the building was located within the perfect walking distance from my apartment. There's even this adorable little bakery along the way that serves the best shortcakes and croissants known to mankind, and the manager there always loves to hand out small freebies whenever I stop by. It still beats living in the city, though honestly, I wasn't even sure why I left my hometown in the first place. The fast-paced hustle and bustle lifestyle of the city just wasn't what I was longing for, and I stared out my window on sleepless nights, and the people there were always rude and ignorant. It was nothing like Coralland Bay, where everyone felt like a close-knit family, and the air smelled like the sea rather than pollution. And sure, the local crime rate might be getting out of hand as of late, and there might be fewer things for me to do here. But my job keeps me busy, and I prefer spending time alone at the beach over visiting shady bars with people I barely consider friends. In fact, setting my mug down at the table, I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone. A notification from Moth, my online fan, pops up, so I tap the screen to read their message. What greets me in the adorable sticker, some anime character giving a thumbs up, as well as a short message that says good luck today underneath. Moth had always been adamant about showing their endless support for me, even after 5 years of friendship, curse memes, and late-night video calls. And even though I would never admit it out loud, I was truly grateful to have someone like them in my life. Pulling up the keyboard, I began to type a response to the message. How will you respond? Send back a meme with zero context. Send back in their sticker. Say thank you. Send a meme without zero context. I wish I knew. Send it to me. And send a send sticker. I don't know how to send stickers. Actually, I think so, but without missing a beat, I open up the image gallery with a practice fingers and send back a blurry picture of a worm in the bag of crisp with the word "sexy" written in the clear font. Not even 5 seconds pass before Moth clicks back with a response of their own. This time, sending their own cryptic meme of a frog sitting on top of a slice of bread. Is that butter? Before I can ask, a gray chat bubble pops up once more, indicating that Moth was still typing their message. Did you get the latest OBG up? I heard Hakuku got outfit change. Spoiler for me, did he finally change his hairstyle as well? Attack on Giants, or AOG, as Moth liked to call it. Attack on Giant. Was a popular anime that recently became obsessed with, and Hakuku was the main character from the show. Clearly not Aaron, huh? He was a sorcerer known for his shy and airhead demeanor, and as of late, his hairstyle became more trending topic within the community. Definitely not Aaron. Now that I thought about it, what hairstyle did Hakuga have in the latest episode? How will you spawn? I have no idea. His hair's long now. Oh, he's bald. His hair's still the same. Oh, for real? Hakura never changed his hairstyle. I guess that makes sense. Oh, I was probably looking at some fake news or something, huh? But I don't mean to change the topic, but did you say last night was that you were going to head to work at AM? Because it's like 9:30 where you are now, in, right? Or am I just dumb and got the time zones mixed up again? Oh. Like at the time, I displayed on my phone and Millie let out a string of curses and leaped to my feet. Crap. Grabbing the coat that I carelessly scooted around across the back of the sofa earlier, I quickly shoved it on before making a beeline towards the front door. Before I leave, however, I spare myself one final glance in the poorly hung mirror in the hallway. Hopefully the outfit I choose was appropriate for my job. What style did you go for? Oversized size. It's gonna go for comfy. It's library, right? Not professional. It's comfy or casual? Comfy. Oh please, climbing the shelves and climbing stacks of books while wearing something stiff and uncomfortable? Yeah, no thanks. I put the sleeves of my sweater down to smooth out all the folds and give myself an appreciative nod in the mirror. But enough of that. I could check myself out another time. Hastily, I smooth out the wrinkles and pick up any stray pieces of lint from the sleeves before I finally head out to the front door. And almost catch my coat in the door handle in the process. With a grumble, I tugged the fabric of my coat before slamming the door shut with a little bit too much force than necessary. Even trying to insert my key came with a bit of a struggle. I had to fight the urge to yell in frustration and I attempted to lock my door. Seriously, when did you lazy bum of a landlord do something about this? When will the lazy bum of a landlord do something about this? I swear I've complained about it at least 4 times this month. Oh, there you are, Digital Wave, looking good. My neighbor Violet practically beams at me Well, she finishes through her pocket for her own apartment key. Resting her hip on Yandere pot plant, and I found myself wondering where she was going to put it this time. I was almost entirely convinced that her whole apartment had been turned into a greenhouse at this point, considering how her backlight was practically filled to the brim with various kinds of plants, greening in their various kinds of flora. But I wasn't about to complain or anything. The fragrance that waffled in with the wind always smelled floral and earthly, and it did well to mask the smell of smoke and burnt food whenever I tried to cook. Love the shoes, by the way. The color really complements the aura you're warmer this morning. You have to let me peek inside your closet someday. I've been looking for some new inspiration lately, especially with winter right around the corner, and I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Oh, but back to you. I wonder what that symbol is. Click to dismiss. Her voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I notice how the growing smile on her face doesn't seem to falter. Let's check. Updates every 3 hours. Type something here. In my house, Era, don't at me. Stop interfering with my walks, Theo. Just write ninjas. Oh no. Yeah, ninjas. I just wrote ninjas. Is that really all it does? Her voice pulls me away with my thoughts, and I notice how their growing smile on her face doesn't seem to falter. Wow, Violet sure was extra chirpy this morning. I wonder if she let me borrow some of that energy. In response, I shoot my neighbor a grin of my own. It was apparently enough to brighten her mood even more than it was already. How will you respond? Nice to see you again. Sorry, Viv, I'm in a rush. I'll say, it's nice to see you again. Yeah, it's nice to see you too. I usually still be at the flower shop at this time, so it's nice to finally be able to catch up with you like this, especially when our schedules align. Speaking of, you should stop by my place the next time you're free. I'd love to introduce you to this guy's family. Well, guys, family. Oh, I almost forgot. I've been meaning to ask you this, but when are you going to tell me that you're? When were you going to tell me that you were seeing someone? What? Huh? A knowing look pulls at her features as Violet continues to fiddle with the lock of their door. What are you talking about? Come on, don't act like you didn't just have a guy over last night. I saw him leaving when I took Kathy out for a walk. I'll be more worried about my neighbor taking her named plants out for a walk at night, but the thought of someone leaving my apartment seemed to set off way more alarm bells. With our Yandere, it's a Yandere game. I give Violet a concerned look, and she picks up on it almost immediately. You don't remember? Don't tell me you were drunk or something. With a huff, she gives up on trying to unlock her door. It seems as though we both share the same problem with our apartment locks. Place her pine plant on the ground before slowly making her way towards me. Tall guy? Wait, is it Peter? Wearing a dark slasher hoodie? Was he wearing a ghost face mask? PBs were scared about that. Probably either into alt fashion or bondage with crazy amount of belts and loops wrapped around his leg. And no, doesn't ring any bells. Ring any bells? No. Last night I was catching up with some TV shows and talking with my friend. No one came here. Even if they did, I wouldn't heard them. My place isn't really that big anyway. Really? But I was sure it was your door. A hand rests on her cheek as a thinking manner before she pouts at me and seemingly giving in for now. Well, alright then. Maybe it was someone else's apartment. I mean, it's always so dark in these hallways at night. Honestly, what is our landlord doing? Would you mind if I check in with security downstairs later? It'll give me some peace of mind. Yeah, that's fine. Alright then, thank you, Digitwave. I got some plants to water and some MMOs to raid in, so... Violet lets out one last huff before she picks up her plant. Which did she name it this one again? And goes back to look at her door. Good luck, I guess, even if it is kind of awkward-y. Yeah, sure. See you later, Viv. Slipping past my neighbor into the cupboard hallway, I click a maid for the stairs. When did they fix that broken elevator? When will they fix that broken elevator? Breaking into a slight jog. Probably would never because Big Bang Theory? Thankfully, the weather was cool today, and my shoes I choose weren't going to leave me with blisters by the time I reached the library. The smell of old paper and coffee and soft incense floods my senses as I step through the library's glass doors. The metallic chimes alert the woman at the reception desk of my arrival, and I watch as she tucks a strand of stray blonde hair behind her ear as she turns around to greet me. Good morning, Eleanor. Oh! She looks surprised for some reason before her expression morphs into a soft smile and she beckons me closer with a nod of her head. Eleanor is one of my coworkers here at the Coralland Bay Library and one of the very few people who actually gets the work done. And although she's notorious for being rather scatterbrained, she's more than makes up for it when she's caring and dying towards everyone. With her nurturing personality, or can get rather overbearing at times, I often find myself having to step away from being to get some breathing room. Nevertheless, she's charming at work, and I appreciate her always looking out for me. After all, who knows what my sleep schedule would look like without her help. Digital Wave, just on time. I printed out your weight. When did I... Her expression turns into a slight panic as she spins on her heels, and I suddenly watch with amusement as she shuffles through the various books and stacks of papers lying in her desk. Where did I leave it? Ah, here it is. Spinning around once more, Eleanor comes back, and her hands me a sheet of paper with the word schedule printed on the top in big bold letters. I take it from her glass and give her the sheet I want over. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be busy for the next few breaks, but I guess Eleanor doesn't seem to share the same disdain as me, judging from the playful look plastered on her face. So, how does it feel to no longer be in charge of stacking books all day long? Well, I would love to stack books. Although, you still have to work on the front desk from time to time, though, unfortunately. He offered a weak smile at her words before rounding the corner and placing my bag under the desk, and I began to pull out some of my belongings. The front door chimes again, letting everyone know that another patron has come in. Figuring Eleanor has it all covered, I leave the customer to her, and I go back to preparing everything for the day. But as I turn around to check on her, I notice that she's already finished greeting the customer and was on her way to her own desk across from mine. As if sensing my gaze, she spins around on her office chair and flashes me a teasing grin. Looks like she's back again. Eleanor gives a soft chuckle as she inclines her head to the direction of the person she was talking to about. You know, that new guy? I don't know when he started showing up here in the Bay, but he always comes in and rents out the books you recommend on the displayed window. And if I didn't know any better, I'll say he has a little crush on you. Especially with that outfit you got on, it makes you look rather beautiful, so I can't really fault him for staring. Because he was staring a lot. Snoring, I push Eleanor's office chair so that she's facing the other way, and it forces my attention back to the papers in front of me. What was with everyone today? Always smiling, gossiping about other people, and meddling in the business that wasn't their own. It was bad enough that I had to deal with a potential intruder, but I doubt my deadbeat landlord was going to do anything about it. I might need to buy a stronger lock on my way back to from work. Maybe even some kind of alarm system, but would the stores still be open by then? All of a sudden, I get pulled backwards by Eleanor, playfully wheels my chair around and leans over my shoulder to softly speak in my ear. Would you look at that? Lover boy is in aisle 8. Needs some help, it seems. She nods in the direction of the red light flashing above the bookshelves, signaling to the staff that someone in the role needed assistance. I don't think that's in the library. Besides, I really stand up and make my way over. I already knew for a fact that Eleanor wasn't going to help them themselves, so I eventually began to make my way towards aisle A alone. I knew better than to glance back at her, knowing full well that my teasing coworker would be spying the biggest grin on her face at my misfortune. Ducking through the corner and into the aisle, I was immediately met with a bored backside that was covered by what had to be the comfiest looking cardigan I ever seen. The person whom it belonged to, however, hadn't seemed to be knows me yet, so I awkwardly cleared my throat and absentmindedly shifted my weight from one foot to the other. This is our Yandere. He seemed to jump out of a sudden noise before sleeplessly turning around to face me. Immediately, I was taken back by his soft demeanor and doe-like eyes and imposing height. So this was the guy who was always reading out my recommended books on the display window, huh? He definitely fits the aesthetic of a cozy literature lover needing a good book. His pink hair also reminded me of Hakuruko, an anime character I had recently been obsessing over with Moth during our late night video calls. In fact, even the overall cut and style appeared vaguely similar to his. But then again, the hairstyle could have been trendy right now or something, and I just so happened to be the last to know about it. But now that I really had a good look at the man, which proven difficult considering that he's towering over me, the stranger also seemed to bear a near picture-perfect resemblance to the main lead from the webtoon I was reading. It was called Always With You, and it involved the main character meeting the love of her life as if noticing my spaced out look. The stranger absently scratched at his jaw while he waits for me to snap out of my thoughts. In fact, I'd been so distracted that I didn't even realize that he was muttering quietly to himself. I knew you preferred soft-looking clothing. I made the right choice with this outfit. Okay, so what would happen if I chose another outfit? I want to know. Sorry, I guess I hope I didn't bother you. I was just looking for His voice pulls me back to the present, and I hastily try to make sense of what was spinning around his cherry-tilted lips. Watching him struggle with words would have made anyone feel bad, so I offered him a reassuring smile in return, and encouraging a nod on my head. At that, he takes a steady inhale of air before trying again. I need some help. I'm looking for a Pacific book, you say, but... And now he's playing with the ends of his leaves. I felt a sudden urge to reach out and stop him. Did I find the action annoying, endearing, agreeable? Who knows? But instead, I held back and waited for him to find the words to speak. But wow, even his mannerisms are similar to Hakuku's. The endearing awkwardness and sleeve tugging gave me a sense of deja vu, and it's honestly felt like he's walking straight out of anime and into this very library. Man, Moth is gonna freak when I tell them about this later. The stranger in front of me takes in another shaky inhale before he tries to speak once more, this time a lot more confident in his tone and a fire in his eyes. Do you have any books on native flora? The best I've found are the generic wildflower, but nothing about coral-based plants. Or maybe I'm just in the wrong aisle. I was looking for a book about native flora. Perhaps I should introduce him to Violet. Checking to myself as I thought, I stepped closer to the tall man and began scanning the contents of the shelf beside him. He almost seemed to flinch at the sudden closeness between us, but showed no signs of moving away. In fact, he seemed to almost lean closer to incline his head towards mine. And I had not been too occupied with finding that book, I could have noticed how his breath hitched at his throat as my scent flows his senses. No, you're definitely in the right aisle. Those kinds of books are just more hidden, I guess. I stepped past him, this time to make my way over to the lower part of the shelves. Absentmindedly, I turned my fingers against the spines of each book before I came into contact with one particular. I'll say it's in alphabetical order, so unless the person's like a Z or something. It's Dewey Decimal System in an alphabetical order. Then I bent over slightly, and I pulled the book from the shelves and began to give the cover once over before offering to the man behind me. Is this what you're looking for? Too preoccupied with the misplaced book on the bookshelf, who brings cookbooks to the nature aisle? I barely noticed how his blue eyes trailed across my form before landing on the book right out of my outstretched hand. Was it just me, or did he have a certain glint in his eyes? Was the book really that interesting, or perhaps it was the tall stranger who just really into nature? Well, it's not that it mattered, because he was already taking initiative step forward and revealing more of his hands from the sleeves of his depths of his long sleeves. With shaking fingers, I watch as the stranger reaches out and takes it from my grasp. He flips for the few pages to take in the contents before finally saying on the book with a affirmative nod. Yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. I'm glad. Huh, you're an angel. Set down from heaven or something. You're so helpful. Kind, too. What? What? Oh, I didn't... Did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to, That must have been weird. I'm sorry. He looks at me as though he was about to cry out. So I hastily threw up my hands in a comforting manner and shot him a reassuring smile. Hey, it's fine. No need to freak out. I just wasn't expecting someone to say that about me is all. Really? Well, I think it's true for what it's worth. You really are an angel. Thanks. Figuring that it was my crew to leave before things got awkward, I gave him one last friendly smile and suddenly glanced back towards the front desk, but the the eccentric man showed no signs of moving. Instead, he just looked down at me unexpectedly. Do you want to continue the conversation? It seemed unlikely that he didn't say anything. He simply stared at me. Awkwardly, I cleared my throat for what had to be the millionth time today and gestured vaguely at the reception desk behind me. Well, if you don't need any more help, I should. This is getting weird now. Even I'm tempted to continue the conversation or just leave. I mean, it would seem rude to just walk away abruptly, especially considering how he apparently is a regular patron in the library I worked at, but he wasn't making much of an effort either. What should I do? How will you respond? Just staring back. It's like, I can out-creep you. I've done that before. Just stare at someone. I'll just continue talking to him. Keep talking to him. So, do you come here often? Seriously, Joy, that was the best you could come up with. Dang it. Now he probably thinks I'm the weird one. Yes, actually, I like visiting whenever I have some free time. Though I usually end up coming here just to hide away from in the corner somewhere, and look at you. Hey, by the way, if you're gonna stalk someone, don't tell someone they're stalking you. Well, look at you. No, I usually end up here just to hide away from the in a corner somewhere. And look at you. Book collection, huh? Nice save. You have a lot of interesting books here. Lots and lots of books. Yeah, I know you're staring at me. Was it you stalking me? Yeah, I mean, it is a library after all. But sure, whatever you say, mister. Actually, now that I think about it, you haven't told me your name yet. I guess you're right. You can call me reactive? What? It was like he was saying something, but his voice was delayed. Was this even his voice? Was he speaking English? It almost felt like something in the something that came out of a dream. Like in the Matrix. How did you do that? Do what? Anyway, you can just call me Ren if you like. If it's alright. If I call you Teacher Wave. Though Angel does suit you just as well in my personal opinion. At least, seriously? What the hell just happened? Was I just imagining things? And was he really boring with me right now? Are you really? Are you okay? Yeah, I think so, but how did you know my name? I don't remember telling you. Silly, it's on your name tag. As if to prove a point, Rin reaches out to gently flicker the name tag that I somehow forgot that I even put it on this morning. Oh, Digitwave is a cute name though. And it's really, really fun to say, especially over and over again. Right, anyway. Say, are you busy later? I'd love to thank you for helping me with finding this book. Seriously? What was with this guy? One minute he's shy and the next he's bold. It was almost like he's putting up several fonts to see which one I respond to better. Yeah, red flag? It's like red flag. Actually, I'll be busy this afternoon, but I need to buy a new lock for my apartment. A new lock? That doesn't sound good. Can I ask why? I guess I won't hurt to tell him. I mean, what is he gonna do? Personally show up at my doorstep and test the new lock himself? Apparently someone broke into my apartment last night and I didn't notice. I don't think they stole anything, but still it's creepy. don't stalk me. I figure it's better to be safer than sorry. You know. Yeah, but it sounds like it sounds instead of a lock, you just need to jump the scumbag from when they least suspect it and beat them up to teach them a lesson. Yeah, you try being 98 pounds and do that. Stay up all night if you have to. Really get the edge on them. I couldn't help but get the general chuckle at a suggestion. If I had to choose, then this would be the side of him I prefer. He seems at ease and his words aren't as forced or awkward. Yeah, and who's gonna be the one to beat the guy up at 3 a.m.? Because last time I checked, I'm not really the type to go around throwing punches at people I don't know, and definitely not before the sun is up and shining. I could do it for you. You? But I mean, we don't know each other all that well, and that's fine. I could tell you all about myself on the walk there. My whole life story and everything. Where I was born, the school I went to, how many cute librarians I've met. Which happened to be one so far. Before I could comment, he on his sudden confidence, Rin seems to pick up on my discomfort and his choice words. It was some discomfort that I was feeling, and hesitantly backtracks. Or not, I'm just messing around. I don't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. There it was again, the subtle shift in his personality. But now that he mentioned it, would it really hurt to invite him to my place for the night? He definitely looks like he could handle himself in a fight. His constructing outfit aside, so maybe it wasn't such a bad idea. Wait, Spawn. I know he's Yandere, so but we're gonna invite him over. Actually, you know what? Would you mind coming over and staying the night? I would feel much better knowing someone else was around. Oh yeah, you actually want me to come over? I mean, yeah. Sure. Definitely. He seems a bit too eager for this. If it was not too much trouble, I'd go. Where is she? Did you wave? Ah! There you are. Someone at the front desk is looking for you. And oh, sorry, are you busy right now? Can I? Impeccable timing, as always, Eleanor. He looks mad. Oh, it's fine. I think everything is already handled here, right? I give the two of them a soft smile before making my way towards the reception desk. But as I pass by Eleanor, I greatly clasp a hand on her shoulder and shoot her a playful look on my face. If you need any help, I'm sure Eleanor can assist you. She loves helping other others, right? As I turn to leave, I barely missed the way Ray's eyes zone in on me and resting in on my hand resting on Eleanor's shoulder. Hours seemed to pass by in a blur, and soon enough I found myself resting up in the boys' lounge. My mind drifts back to the guy from earlier, and I couldn't help but wonder at what happened to him afterwards. Did he rent out the book? I offered. What about my recommended novel of the week? Rich surely has was strange to say the least, but I had to admit that he did seem kind of cute, with this oversized cardigan and timid demeanor. He still gave me off-putting vibes, though, especially with his ever-changing personality, and if I had to completely be honest, the shy, timid persona that he displayed felt rather forced to me. It was almost as if he saw it on TV or something and wanted to try it out for himself, and just happened to be the one of his first victims. But who was I to call him out on this? It was his business if he wanted to act all shy and demure. Did you wave? Everything all right? It's not often that I find you here at this time. Conan, my boss, stares me as he slowly appears in the entranceway. Everyone saw him as some kind of blessing to this institution, because the moment he showed up, all form of trouble seemed to disappear overnight. Those low-life teens started causing chaos everywhere, and the rumors gains became few and far between. At first, I thought he might have been linked to those criminals because of his intimidating gaze and facial scars, but then I got to know him better and found out they held a massive soft spot for those dear to him. Though much like Eleanor, Cohen felt more like a father figure with how much he fired over his staff and their well-being. I mean, he literally stalled a new air conditioning and water dispenser last week because one of his employees fainted due to heat stroke. This is a good boss right here. It wasn't anything too major, but it was nice to know that our boss was considerate enough about the people he hired. I doubt I could say the same about my old job in the city. Cohen was nice to chat to wherever I went on my breaks, and would always encourage me to take as much time as I needed before I returned to my desk. But after realizing that I had once again spaced out, I pulled myself away from my thoughts and turned to offer my boss an acknowledging smile. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Just taking a short break. I'll be back out there soon. Take as long as you need. Don't overwork yourself. He seems hesitant to leave, as if the way he was shifting from one foot to the other was an indication. He shoots me with a concerned look before opening his mouth, only to close it once more in contemplation. Have you seen Eleanor? I asked her to come see me regarding the unsorted novels in the storage room, but she hasn't showed up. Eleanor, last time I saw her, she was talking to one of the patrons in aisle 8. Maybe she's still there? I'll have to check again. Thank you. And with that, he disappeared, just as quiet as he came. Well, that was odd. It wasn't like Eleanor to suddenly just go missing. Was she still occupied with Ren? It's been a while, so I figured she must have finished helping him and left by now. I'm gonna say he probably played your boyfriend way too much. Probably is killing her. Oh well. I'm sure she'll turn up sooner or later. Ren doesn't seem much like a talkative person anyway. Jeez, why did my thoughts keep returning to the stack man? Let's see if her stuff are still there. Deciding that I wasn't going to waste my time thinking about any more pink-haired guys, my beloved took it aside. I got up from the lounge and managed my way towards the front desk again. Once I arrived, I immediately noticed that my chatty coworker was still nowhere to be found. It was just like my boss had said. Eleanor wasn't anywhere to be seen, and it wasn't like her to leave the reception desk unattended for so long. Maybe she managed to knock out over a pile of books again and was busy cleaning up. It certainly wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary for her. However, I'm sure Well, whatever. I'm sure she'll turn up again soon. The impact of me plopping down into my office chair causes some of the papers around me to rustle, and a bright pink sticky note scurrying around catches my attention. Assuming that it was left by Eleanor, I peeled the folded note off my TV screen and computer screen and read it. Angel. Before I read the following. I'll wait for you after work, but if you change your mind after our deal, just keep walking. I'll take the hint, don't worry. That stuttering guy from aisle 8. The stuttering guy from aisle 8. I couldn't help but crack a smile at the name Ren chooses for himself. And before I could allow Eleanor to chance to manifest behind me and tease me to Kingdom Come, I pocket the note and go back to sorting through the stacks and return books left on the desk. True to his word, I caught a glimpse of Ren patiently waiting for me on one of the benches as I pack up for the day and leave the library. From afar, he looks like an oversized puppy, waiting for his owner to return from work imminently. I found it rather cute, especially with how his figurative tail started to wag upon my arrival. Ren seems to be too happy to see me, but before I could call him out on it, he offers me a bottle of water that I assume he bought from one of the convenience stores down the street. You worked hard today. Now you can finally rest, huh? He looked down at me again with a glimmer of expectancy in his eyes, so I hastily take the bottle of water from his grasp and give him a firm nod of my head. Thanks. No problem. Did you want to head off now, or you want to rest for a bit? I mean, you were standing a lot today. He seems rather lost in his thoughts now, and I wonder how he knew that I'd been doing all what I'd been doing all day. After all, I figured he would have left after he found that book, but maybe he stayed a bit longer to read it. Oh, I'm fine. Do you think we could make a quick detour on the way? I still need to... Did you wave? Hey, oh. And I could recognize those Brester's voices anywhere. The first one belongs to Jack Hoon, a guy I just met during my early days at university. He sat next to me during the first few days of orientation, even offered to lend me a phone charger when my battery started to run out. He's a fun guy to be around, though his extrovert and his energetic personality was often hard to keep up with. But Leon, the other guy, awkwardly hanging off Jen's arm, was a different story. We practically knew each other since we were babies, but he moved away from Coraline Bay when we were still in elementary school. I wasn't sure when he moved back to the Bay, but it was great knowing that I'll be able to see him again. I just wish I could find the time to hang out with him just like we used to, but I was always busy with work, and he was always busy playing volleyball and taking care of his sick mother in the hospital. Before I knew it, I was being pulled out of my thoughts by just call him Jay. It's bubbling with laughter. Hey, still with us? Just a wave. Finally finished the whiff work. Oh, who's this? This is Rin. We actually met at work today. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to tell Leon the human personification of overprotective, and that I had met the man today. What would he think if he found out I was bringing home a complete stranger? He's usually rents out my recommended books at the library anyway. Leon, Jay, this is Ren. Ren, this is Leon and Jay. Unfortunately, these guys are my friends. It's truly unfortunate to know a handsome bloke such as myself. Leon dramatically clenches the spot above his heart, as he leans further into his shoulder. So you're Rin. Are you new here? I like to think I know everyone here in Bay, but it seems you've proven me wrong. Yeah, I recently moved here a couple months ago. Same as Digital Wave. I'm pretty sure she moved back here just like 2 months ago, right? Ron looks at me for confirmation and quickly nod my head. Strange how I only been here for 2 months, and yet I find enough time to catch up with all my friends. Oh yeah, what a coincidence. He was from the city and he followed me. Damn, that's commitment. Anyway, talking about moving is boring. Do you want to come hang out with us? I probably noticed that the way Ren's getting shoved to the side by Jay. Intentionally or not, or could I make out the skull in his face as soon as the excitable man leans a little too close to my personal bubble? We were just about to head over to Club Shoes Line. Do you want to come? I'm sure Leon wouldn't mind paying for you as well. Oh, I wouldn't mind paying for her, but who said anything about paying for you? I did just now. Thanks, Leon. You're the best. I don't miss the way Leon rolls his eyes at Jay's antics before settling his gaze on me once more. Do you want to tag along? I don't really mind paying for if you don't and do. Sorry guys, I'm actually already made plans. And do those plans have anything to do with this lackey fellow? My name's Lauren. Yeah, actually, I promised to hang out with him today. He can come clubbing with us too. It'll be more the merrier. I'd rather not. Sorry, maybe another time. I just kinda drained from work anyway, so... No worries, Darryl. Just make sure to take it easy when you get back home, yeah? He shoots me a concerning smile before throwing an arm over Jay's shoulder. Well then, if you excuse us, I gotta find a way to get this knucklehead to cover his own entry fees. We can all catch up another time, okay? And if you need help with anything, just give me a ring, okay? Yeah? I'll watch my phone like a hawk tonight. It was nice catching up with you again, Darryl. And nice meeting you too, Ron. As they leave, I notice the way Leon looks Ren up and down, almost as if he was sizing him up. But Jay, like always, ignores the mood and thumps Leon on the back of his back to encourage him to walk faster. I watch as they both throw a carefree wave from their shoulders as they both head off in the direction of the nightclub a few blocks down the street. So, that was not awkward at all. I turned to Ren, but his eyes seems to be fixed on the two trained figures. He doesn't seem to snap out of it. So I gently call out his name again. Sorry. Do you want to head back home now? And then we made a quick detour to the local locksmith's before heading back to my apartment. So this is my place. You have to excuse the mess. I wasn't expecting to have anyone over. Oh, don't worry about it. I know you're not a messy person. I mean, from what I could tell, you don't really seem like the type. Yeah, well, I hope you can still keep that image of me after you see the state of my place. His soft laughter echoes down the hallway and almost drowns out the sound of my neighbors opening her door. Oh! Violet almost seems embarrassed as she jumps behind her door, clearly not expecting someone to be around at this time. But she brushes it off with a soft smile and stepped outside. Hello again, Digital Wife. We seem to be bumping into each other a lot today. Huh? Who's this? Oh, how do I explain my neighbor that Rin wasn't some guy I just met at work today? Certainly she drew me out for bringing home a complete stranger, but still, he didn't completely seem like the type to murder me in my sleep. Seems to be the type to probably murder everyone else, so. Just saying. No, where is Eleanor? In fact, he seemed more like the type of guy to ask me to return his order because he asked for no pickles or something. Or kill Eleanor. Spoilers if Eleanor comes back in day 2 or something. And this is... I'm Rin. Immediately, his large frame blocks my view as he steps in front of my neighbor and me, and seems as if he wanted to put as much distance between us as possible. One of his hands shoots out from inside his pocket, and he gruffly offers it to Violet for her to shake. Concerned about his adoptions, I sidestep him and look up to gauge his expression. I'm a friend of Digital Waves. I see. I haven't seen you around here before, though. Are you new to the area? Relax, V. He's not a serial killer or anything. I don't know. Could be. At least, I sure hope he wasn't. And why did I feel so sudden urge to defend him? It wasn't like I felt confidently say that he was some holy being that flew down from the heaven or something. Maybe he was one of those who needed to be called angel instead. Who needed to be called angel instead. But well, he didn't really matter. Really, Rin actually offered to stay at my place for a night in case that clip decides to come back. Oh well, I mean, he certainly has the height for it. I get that a lot. But don't worry, she'll safe in my hands. Well, alright then. My friend of Digital Life is a friend of mine. We'll see. Okay, mine's still the best. This ninjas. That's Rin. Alright then. A friend of Digital Wave is a friend of mine. But I have my eye on you, Mr. Totally Not a Serial Killer. She whispers the next part to Rin under her breath, but clearly had the intention of letting me hear it as well. Just remember that I know what you look like now. Don't complain if you see your face plastered all over the milk cartons soon enough. Alright, alright then. Enjoy your night. No funny business, you two. I'm off off for my walk now. Toodles! Which plant did you bring? Oh, ignore her, please. Alright. Okay, but I gotta ask, was she holding a pod plant on a walk? Yes, she was. Dropping my keys into the bowl, I shrug out my coat and dive it over one of my chairs near the entrance. Yep, make yourself at home. To Rin, I watch as he awkwardly shuffles about in the hallway, almost uncertain if he should come inside or not. He moves to take off his shoes, and I watch in awe as he neatly stacks them next to the umbrella rack. Oh, are you the type to leave your shoes on at home? Sorry, No, you're fine. He really was adorable. But now that he was here, I wasn't quite sure what to do next. Usually I'll pop on a TV show or some anime while I chow down on some takeaway food, or even just talk with Mom until some unreasonable hour in the morning. But now that I have company over, I'm not quite sure what to do. I I don't even know what Rin liked to do in his free time. Turning to face the pink-haired man once more. I almost jumped back in fright. Clearly, I wasn't expecting him to get so close to me while I was lost in thought. I could almost feel the heat raining from his large frame, and I feel the small puffs of air leaving his nostrils as he shyly leans down to look at me. Breathe, Digitwave, breathe. Was there anything you wanted to do? Or because I usually just... Dang it. It was hard to think straight when he was standing there so close to me and wafting the stupidly strong scent of mint and fresh linen in my direction. Why was I even attentive to the way Rin smelled? Wow, I'm beginning to sound like a creep. Nah, I don't really have anything I need to do. You can just go about your normal routine if you want. I'll try not to get in your way. Or you can just put me in a corner somewhere and pretend I'm not there. Whatever works for you. No offense, but you'll take too much room. You'll take up too much more room than you think. So maybe that would work. Touche. Once again, I find myself being drawn by his soft laughter, and I couldn't help but chuckle along with him. Was he always this easy talking to? It was like we were childhood friends, reminiscing about old times or something. Except the only one making it awkward was me. Glancing back at Rin, I noticed how he's still looking at me with those expectant eyes of his and looms over me in the interest way. He obviously didn't want to do something that I'll be uncomfortable with, and he couldn't really suggest anything since it wasn't his home. So I guess the choice was up to me after all. How would you spawn? Ask him to leave. I guess I should just getting ready for bed. It's getting rather late, isn't it? Did you just want to get ready for bed? I could show you the bathroom where I'll get the air mattress out. I'll be fine. I don't want to be a bother. I could just sleep on the floor or something. I don't mind, honestly. Oh, don't worry about it. It's not a bar at all. Besides, I have a tumbler folding. I'll just be 2 seconds. I turn and make a beeline for my closet before he can respond. And yet, I barely got 3 meters away before I hear the heavy, telltale footsteps of Ren following close behind me. Once more, almost like a lost puppy. It was honestly kind of cute. Shaking my head to dismiss those thoughts, I pull out the trusty air mattress from the closet and began setting up in the lounge room. That's it, until I figure out that it was a massive gaping hole inside. Well, dang rats! I swear, if I had the chance to move apartments, I'll take it in the heartbeat. But until then, I'll continue to send complaints after complaint for a good-for-nothing landlord. Really, I don't mind sleeping on the floor. There's rats here. I don't think you're sleeping on the floor. Well, like I said, I have uncomfortable timber flooring, unless... How will you spawn? My hallway carpet? You can sleep on my couch. What if I stack blankets on the floor? We can share my bed. Wow, did I really just suggest that? And where did I suddenly get so much confidence from? Well, I can feel my entire face flushed, and I could barely spare a glance at Rin to notice that he was spotting a similar demeanor. Sorry, I didn't know why I don't mind. It's just, is it really okay with you? I don't want to make you uncomfortable by invading your personal space. I don't really mind sleeping on the floor. Oh, it's fine. I'm the one who asked you to do this favor in the first place, so I owe you. After showing Ren to the bathroom and freshening up and changing into my own pajamas in the laundry room, I set him in the middle, and we both made our way to the bathroom. I don't bother flicking in the light, knowing full well that I was busy ignoring his presence until next to mine, for pretending to be asleep. So instead, I actually laid him in before turning to face him in the darkness. You could just pick whatever side you prefer. You first. But maybe I should be the one closest to the door, just in case. He really did seem to be so considerate, but nevertheless, I took my side on the left and slowly slipped underneath the sheets. It must have looked forced, or awkwardly pat the empty spot next to me and shoot Ren a crooked smile. He slowly makes his way over and joins me underneath the covers. And maybe he could even see, and before he could even say anything, I slammed down the pedal between us. Bump. Just in case I roll over or something, I'm kinda known to be a cuddler in my sleep. That's fine. I'm the same, I think. You think? I mean, no one told me yet, but I've woken up and the lips tinkling around my pillow more times than I can count. I'm very sure I'm the same. I see. Yeah. Great, now it's awkward again. But being this close to Ren, I could smell his scent once more, and it felt almost comforting. I had to fight the urge to roll over onto my side and face him, or rather pill once more. The bed flips and Ren moves around to get comfy, and I find myself wondering what he might be looking at right now. At my ceiling, the pillow between us, or was he lying on his side to face the wardrobe? Why was I so concerned in the first place? Sure, I suppose I did find him very interesting, but that didn't explain why I want to look at his face one more time. Did I want to get closer to him? Or was I just curious about this stranger who was currently in my bed? How do you respond? Okay, let's go with call him out. Caught him, Ren. He responds almost immediately, as if it felt as though he was waiting with bated breath for me to talk. The bed dips under his weight before a crown of his pink hair comes into view. I silently stare back at him in the dark. There seems to be some unspoken tension between us, and I had to fight the urge to act upon it. What exactly was I feeling? And why did I want to find out? How he would respond. Going over and kiss him. Before I could think, I find myself leaning over and drawing my face closer to his, and Ren seems to be on the same wavelength as me, and I feel his warm breath fan against my cheeks as his own face draws nearer to the closest distance. Well, my hand shoots out to rest against his chest, and before I could even stop myself, I lean in the rest of the way. Almost immediately, I was met with a pair of soft lips and a taste of cherry on my mouth. My eyelids fluttered shut at the sensation, and I let Ren's overwhelming presence engulf my entire being. The smell of fresh mint, masculine deodorant, and something that was wholly Ren flooded my senses, and I felt myself becoming intoxicated by it all. It was like two pieces of puzzle sewing together with perfectly. Our lips seemed to be mid with each other, and I couldn't pull myself away. one of his hands rise up to check to cut my cheek, and I find myself kneeling softly as Rin tilts his head to deepen the kiss. He takes my bottom lip into his own and gently bites down before his tongue joins in. Curiosity probably against my lips, as if to test the waters. When I meet him halfway with my own, he seems to have finally found the reassurance he needed before deepening the kiss even more. His other hand rests on my wrist before gently pulling me closer, clearly not wanting any distance between us. So Rin wanted this just as much as I did. I could feel how eager he was as he kissed me with more desperation and vigor than anything I have ever experienced in my life. But we could only go so far before one of us needed air, and that someone had to be me. When I pull away, Rin practically whines at the loss of contact, and I watch with slight amusement as his lips unconsciously follow to seek out mine once more before his eyes flutter open. A beat presses as we just stare at each other, taking in the moment and to process what just occurred. His hand still on mine, and it was only then that I noticed that he was tracing faint stars on my cheek with his thumb. Did that really just happen? His voice is soft, so soft that I could barely make out what he was saying. He stared at me with so much overwhelming adoration in his eyes that I could barely help but look away. And that was when I saw how hard that kiss affected him. As if noticing what I was staring at, Rin with an awkward sound, it shifted to his lower half, was scared by the blankets once more. Sorry, you're just really hard to resist. Not that I want to resist you or anything, I just, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I want you. Taken back by a sudden boldness, I had to allow myself a moment to collect my thoughts. How will you respond? So I'm gonna go with, sorry, what was that? Nothing. Sorry, you probably not want to sleep now, right? I'll let you do that. Good night, Digital Wave. Giving him a weak pie. Could he even hear me? I quickly turned that over onto my side and settling back into bed. As Ren does the same, I feel the mattress shift once more, and heavy silence lingers in the air. Maybe he fell asleep already. Designed to push my luck, I break the silence once more and whisper to Ren one final time. Good night, Ren. Good night, Digital Wave. Sweet dreams. I'll stay up a bit longer just in case anything happens. So don't worry about a thing. Just get some sleep, okay? No one's gonna break in on my watch. I'll see you in the morning. The fleeing sound of his hands still linger on my cheek, and I find myself drifting off into blissful sleep. So, would you like to save your progress? Yes. And just to double check, all save does not work, so I'm gonna end it here for today. If you like my content, press subscribe, like the bell, help out, and comment below. I'll see you guys next time. I'm gonna play day 2 and day 2, then day 3, and then day 3 like in their own videos, because this one was like an hour and something months. I mean, I could probably do multiple, but it's gonna get ready to storm, so yeah. I could probably try again another day. So if you like my content, please like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time.